out some specifics here. So, web to print. Quite a few of you have web to print out there. So, how many had web to print 5 years ago? Okay, I'm going to go back 2 years and 1 year. So, average web to print? 2, 4 years? Okay, 4 years, 3 years? Okay. Web to print has changed, and the reason why I said 10 years, because we've had web to print for about 12 years. But back then, there was not really web to print. It was an online ordering system. It was built by our own programmer, who has since retired. It's been updated and kind of maintained by our new programmer in Perl. He's cleaned it up. But it's very difficult to maintain and to enhance. I sat down with him 2 years ago, and I said, okay, this is what I want. And I wrote down everything that all the great web to print software out there does, but none of them really did it all together. This one did a great thing, this one did a great thing, and this one was really good too. And I said, what would it take to put all this capability together and build our own? So he came back to me about a week later and he said, 5 years, 2 more staff members. Oh, okay, all right, we're not going to go there. So, I'm so into technology that we can build ourselves. It's great when you have talented people, processes, automations, things like that. But so much has changed in the last 10 years that when it comes to web to print, you can find anything you need. So this is just a small scattering of some of the ones that are out there big. Of course, EFI and RSA, I think both of their systems are kind of at the top of their game. But there's many offerings out there. To get into specifics would be kind of a waste of your time. Once again, downstairs is where you can take a look at some of the systems out there. So what you're seeing with web to print software is easily configurable now. You can customize your own skin. You can have specific skins for specific customer groups. One thing that has always been asked me is, well, we can even have different prices depending on your customer group. Well, we can't do that. Our prices are set. Our prices are set, if you believe this, 3.5 years in advance. So right now, when I get done with the show, we're going back and we're going to be setting our 17-19 rates. And that's kind of a crystal ball thing we have to do. Metrics is very important for this. We can see what the market's doing. But, so we can't change our prices, but you can have different skins. So you can have the Department of Human Services come in and say, welcome to the Department of Human Services. Perhaps have some different products there that they specifically need. When it comes to schools, universities, other implants, you can have for different areas, different regional locations potentially, but you can have those specific skins and capabilities. It's highly customizable. Pricing, workflow, logic, so your pricing can be customized, you just mentioned. Workflow. What happens to a job when it comes in? One of the things we're doing now that I'm very excited about is the ability to take the very simple jobs. So we figure 70% of our jobs are so simple that they should fly through the system and go almost directly to the printer. It goes into a queue and needs to be reviewed. But that's 70% of our job. We have 3 customer relations folks that are on staff that go through these jobs currently, one by one, making sure where's it going to go. Nothing flows to the system. With the new systems that we're looking at now, we can actually have that workflow and that logic that looks at that and bypasses that and goes directly to a queue. With the systems we're looking at now, we've installed a white screen back in the production floor. During the day, it basically just shows workflow, what's coming, what's going, what needs to be done today. But in the future, when we have our swing shift come in, it's actually going to have jobs flowing into it automatically in there, and we can make this work. Like I said, we're the shuttle system. Basically what I want to try to do here is if you get us a job by 7 p.m., after everybody's done, because there's a lot of people working late trying to get that presentation done or this mailing out, we'll have it done, depending on quantity, by 6 the next morning. So we'll have our night crew do it. We actually can go into the secure print, have them do some stuff too, but it's all ready to go. It's either on shuttle, you can pick it up, or it's in the mail the next day. So those types of jobs are really going to be the backbone of our business as opposed to the well thought out long runs where you have days. I don't think I ever have weeks anymore. Does anybody have weeks? It's days and hours is what they want. So very important. The other thing is auto pre-flight. No one says pre-flight files. So my assumption is either they come in print ready, just ready to go, we have some sort of auto pre-plan. A lot of these places have it. Auto PDF creation, custom print drivers. The system that we're implementing at this point in time actually has a print driver, PDF print driver, that goes onto the desktop or into the desktop, one of the printers that you have on your PC. So you could be with the Department of Human Services or DMV, anywhere out there. You're working on something. It can be in Word, Excel, anything you want it to be in, any of the applications out there. You hit print, and you can print something to your local printer. There's going to be a print icon that says Publishing and Distribution. So you hit that, it opens the web page, you order what you want, it's an auto login, and off it goes into our system. So those are the types of things that are really going to make us a little more relevant. Will make your implant more relevant. One thing that we're seeing, and many of you could be seeing too, is over the, I'd say the past 10 years, I'm seeing print volumes go through the roof, but they're not at our plants. They're at the source. So the high-speed machines are kind of going in. We have the ability to control that ourselves. As a state printer, I can control how many high-speed machines go out there. But still, it's the convenience of clicking a button, having it. You need 100 copies. I'll get my 100 copies, and off I go. We're going to bring this convenience in. So you want your 100 copies, you'll have it on the shelf first thing in the morning, or you can come pick it up first thing in the morning. That type of thing is that service that your web to print can give you. That's going to be really crucial. Single sign-on authentication. I don't know if you're with a government implant or if you're with a school system. You may have an LDAP server, something that identifies the user. You can actually tie into that, and so they don't have a separate sign-on. It knows who they are as soon as they sign in. Customizable security. We have security set that we work for the Department of Justice, Department of Revenue also. So we can customize that security down and segment that out, so we're making sure that those are separate from all the other jobs. Pick and pack ordering for standard print. This is something we've never really thought of too much because unlike a school or some other implants where you can have a location, I want 50 of these postcards, or I want, and by the way, we don't do the business cards, letterhead, or envelope, and those are the standard things that you usually do. Those are done by the corrections. But being able to order a standard set of cards, bring in a database with the variable data components, and then have a mailing take place. We don't use the variable data component on this because what we do is all our mail is commingled, so our variable data is a separate system, and I'll actually speak about that in a few minutes. So we don't want our customers creating that because then it's not going to be compatible with everything. We commingle all the mail. So we mail out in a quarter. We mail out between 7 and 10 million first-class pieces, about 2 or so million a month on that. But that's all commingled together. We get the best rate. Save about 10 cents on each stamp. So we don't let them do this, but this is something that's a component you can use. There's many more enhancements that I can talk about here. Probably for another 10 slides. So we talk about publishing and distribution in our web to print. I mentioned it's a home build solution, started in 2004. Got the Pearl program. I sometimes get ahead of myself and I get excited. So this is supposed to be now, so I'm just going to go through it real quick. On-site programmer, but it's costly to enhance your log. I spoke about that in 5 years, 2 more staff members, and there's no way we're going to end up doing that. We're currently implementing something called Web CRD. It's highly customizable, and it's kind of built with implants in mind. That's one thing I liked about that is it's built with the chargeback mentality, the implants in mind on that. So we're going to do this in-house. They have a cloud-based solution, and then they have a server-based solution. So we're going to do it as a server-based solution. We're lucky in the sense that we do have our own dedicated server room, we have a dedicated IT staff and network, and we have network engineers for the data center that help us out. So we're kind of lucky in that realm. They'll have a direct connection to our MIS system, which are also in the process. We're in the middle of a huge amount of change. Currently, our MIS system is Logic, and we're upgrading to something else. I'm not too sure. We're still doing the homework on that. Direct connect to the production systems. We use Ricoh Process Director, RPD, formerly known as Infoprint Process Director. IDE. They rebranded it, basically the same software. It's much enhanced. I'll show you that pretty soon. But direct connection with that is important. Bi-directional communication with all of this. So they all talk to each other. So the customer submits a job, it goes into our MIS system. The MIS system lets the web-to-print system know that it's what the status is. You can set those statuses. So you can either have the customer log in, you can have them send an email saying it's in process, it's being mailed, it's delayed, which we never delay anything. But you can let them know if you want to let them know, things like that. Installable print driver for our customers. Sure PDF I think is the branded name of this. Yeah, there we go. Unlimited licenses for that, so you can distribute this out to all your end users out there. And of course, it has workflows. We talked about that before. We can actually segment things out and say, okay, this is what we consider quick print. I stopped using the word quick prints to our customer because, of course, get it in an hour. It's simple, basically. Anything that's not complex, not a lot of offline finishing functions, things like that, that's simplified print. So another quick little screenshot here. Customers can access previous orders and files. We are going to be able to bring in some of our historical orders. We're not going to go way far back. There's no reason to bring in some, but also from moving forward, they can go in and see the previous orders and files. They can have this document preview, including the finishing. This is something that there's quite a few web-to-print out there that offer this. But this is fantastic. There's nothing worse than having a coiled-down book with tabs come in and not have a sample, which I use the word require a sample. Sometimes we don't have a sample. It needs to get done. We do a proof. The customer kind of approves the proof, or they look at it and then suddenly it's not backed up properly, or the tabs are not proper. This allows you to actually see this is the customer. So the customer's uploaded this file. They've said they want it to be coiled down. This doesn't have tabs. You can say it would have tabs, and you can set your tabs and put the location. Once they hit submit, they can actually go through this and thumb through the thumbnail and see how it looks. I didn't want the contents on the back side of my cover. I better put a blank in. Things like that. Things that customers really don't think of, but it's all visual here, and it really will bring down the number of remakes that we end